There's some big news this weekend.
Boy, has the rap world been buzzing over the weekend. The internet on fire. Are you Team Drake or Team Kendrick Lamar?
The beef between J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake are all that the internet wants to talk about. But with his lyric game on point, has J. Cole done something that could change his career forever? J. Cole is a rapper known throughout the years for his striking lyrics and music. He often talks about his life experiences and the struggles he faced. His music resonates with a lot of people because it feels real and honest. Now Drake, on the other hand, is known for his catchy hooks and clever wordplay. He's famous for his ability to make hit songs that get stuck in your head. And then there's Kendrick Lamar, who's considered one of the greatest rappers of his generation. He's known for his complex rhymes and deep storytelling. His music often tackles important social issues and challenges listeners to think critically. So what brings these three icons together? Nothing but a silent beef. Despite their differences, J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar have a lot in common. But like any competitive field, there's also a bit of rivalry between them. Hip-hop has always been about proving yourself as the best, and J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar are no exception. They each want to be seen as the top rapper in the game, and this has sometimes led to friendly competitions between them. For example, J. Cole once suggested in a song that he, Drake, and Kendrick were the big three of hip-hop. This sparked some debate among fans about who really deserves that title, and when Kendrick dropped a verse on a song where he called out the other rappers, including Drake and J. Cole, it got people talking even more. It's a tradition in hip-hop, rappers testing their skills and claiming they're the best. This often leads to intense battles between these rappers. Remember the war between Jay-Z and Tupac? Seems like the latest version of the war of rappers is between three huge names in hip-hop, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole, who got into it over a simple lyric praising their careers. How did the beef start? So back when Kendrick Lamar, while he was young, rising star Drake helped him by including him on his Take Care album and assigning him to open for him on the 2012 Club Paradise tour. However, Lamar was clear about his goals in 2013 following the success of his debut album Good Kid, Mad City. Many years later, Kendrick decided to call out some rappers, and who's behind this? Big Sean. On Big Sean's song Control, Kendrick Lamar called out Drake, J. Cole, Meek Mill, Mac Miller, Pusha T, and other rappers, warning them he's aiming to outshine them all. When asked about the diss, Drake told Billboard magazine it seemed like a big ambition to him. He didn't feel threatened, saying Lamar wasn't surpassing him on any platform. Over the next few years, the rappers traded a few playful jabs, like Lamar boasting about putting a sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes at the BET Hip Hop Awards, but it never got too serious. The initial spark of the feud wasn't about creating rifts, but about highlighting unity. Last October, Drake dropped his 8th album For All the Dogs, featuring a collaboration with J. Cole titled First Person Shooter. In one verse, Cole hinted that he, Drake, and Kendrick were the big three of today's hip-hop scene. He rapped, "Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K? Is it Aubrey? Or me? We the big three like we started a league." The track soared to the top of the US singles chart, marking Drake's 13th and Cole's first #1 hit. This achievement also tied Drake with Michael Jordan for the most #1 singles by a male solo artist. However, the glory was short-lived. Taylor Swift's Cruel Summer took over the top spot a week later, and things seemed to slow down. But behind the scenes, Kendrick took notice and he wasn't pleased. Then came his collaboration with Metro Boomin. We Don't Trust You is a joint album by rapper Future and producer Metro Boomin that was released in March of 2024. A single named Like That with an uncredited verse by Kendrick Lamar was accidentally included in the track list, and it was really good. He attacked Cole's verse with a tightly strung, superiority-filled delivery, saying there was no big three, it's just Big Me. He continued by referring to the best verses by Drake and Cole as a light pack and saying he was the prince to Drake's Michael Jackson. The final piece of the stanza, which promises to place all of Drake and J. Cole's dogs in a pet cemetery, which is the title of a Stephen King horror novel from 1983, sets off a chain reaction that's difficult to describe in print. Here, Lamar refers to the rappers as closest and dearest, not actual pet dogs. The line also refers to the title of Drake's album, For All the Dogs. It's important to note that Metro Boomin, a previous J collaborator who had a falling out with a Canadian musician, is another reason why Lamar's verse was chosen in this particular part. Metro, also known as Leland Wayne, produced most of Drake's album What a Time to Be Alive in 2015. But despite talks of a follow-up, it never happened, which seemed to upset Metro. In 2022, Metro took Drake off a song called Trance and unfollowed him on Instagram. So did Drake back down? Nope. At a concert in Florida, Drake seemed to respond to Kendrick's verse with a strong message to the crowd. He said, "People ask how I'm feeling. I'm here to tell you I'm standing tall in Florida and everywhere else. Nobody can mess with me." 2 weeks later, J. Cole hit back with its own response to Kendrick's verse in a song called 7-Minute Drill on his album Might Delete Later. He rapped about getting a phone call about someone dissing him and warned Kendrick about seeking attention. He also talked about Kendrick's albums, saying his debut was great, but his latest was not so good. But did J. Cole stick to his words? Soon after releasing 7-Minute Drill, J. Cole realized he made a big mistake. J. Cole said sorry for releasing this diss track about Kendrick Lamar, feeling bad about it, and promising to fix or even remove it from streaming. Lamar later dismissed the idea, prompting Cole to drop the diss track 7-Minute Drill on his new album. He apologized 2 days later at his concert, admitting it didn't feel right to him. J. Cole said that he caved to pressure and recorded something lame and goofy. He promised to remove the song from streaming platforms and said he'd take whatever response Kendrick had for him. He then praised Lamar as one of the greatest and hoped for forgiveness. Despite the apology, the track was still on streaming platforms. Lamar hasn't publicly responded, but Drake wasn't done just yet. He released a song called Push-Ups Drop and Give Me 50, where he went after Kendrick's height and suggested he's controlled by record labels. He also questioned Kendrick's position in the rap game. By this time, Rick Ross jumped in. Rick Ross responded to Drake's diss with a song called Champagne Moments, where he claimed Drake had plastic surgery. This led to Drake's mom texting him about the rumors, showing that his rap feud had gone too far. J. Cole then made a bold move by taking on Kendrick Lamar at his own festival. But when Kendrick hit back, Cole's whole game plan seemed to crumble. Fans were waiting to see how Cole would respond, but instead of firing back, he decided to pull his diss track from streaming platforms. What do you think about Cole's decision to back out of the beef? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more.